Welcome back. Well, I'm trying to look for a couple of positives today, and one such thing is that the advanced decline ratio has improved a little bit. So let's pull the crisscross lines. Remember, at the lows of the day, you had only 200 stocks that were advancing. That number actually has moved up to around 900. So those lines are getting a little closer to each other in comparison to what we saw at the start of trade. And a few stocks that have popped up, Bajaj Hindustan, the stock is up close to around 7% from the day's low. HCC as well has popped up in trade from the day's low. Just talking about some intraday stocks. They've seen a big recovery. You have Vascon as well, that's popped up from the day's low. And also you have Canara Bank. So a select few stocks are moving, higher. We had already highlighted a few like BSE. So keep an eye out on the screen. It appears on select stocks there is some buying that's emerging, though the breadth of the market is still in favor of the number of stocks that are declining. But who better to give us an insight into dealing rooms? Nimesh joins us to tell us what's going on today. Well, Nimesh, yesterday, nail on the head, the FIs were big sellers and you said there was likely to be some liquidation. Today, what are you picking up in terms of flows?
Well, see, again, today's flow will not be that important because of the expiry. So It gets skewed because of the expiry as well. So I won't read too much into today's flows. But again, from a flow perspective, the feedback is there are offers in mid caps and small caps. And one of the wealth fund is looking to offload a lot of the broader market stocks. So that was one feedback which I got in the morning. But if you look at today's market, every pullback attempt got sold into. I guess it's also because of the expiry that, you're seeing that volatility and that's going to play out. But two things, from a flow perspective, while FIs are net sellers, and that could possibly see in the FI number, but today there is buying as well from the domestic mutual funds and insurance companies. So there was a bit of nibbling post 11 a.m. in the broader market. So, and that explains a bit of recovery in the broader market, cash stocks, so to speak. There is some bit of recovery. You highlighted a few names which have recovered from the day's low. So some bit of traction is clearly there, buying traction from domestic mutual funds. That's the feedback. From a technical perspective, for today's closing, 18,850 is a level to watch. If that gets taken on the downside, then I guess people are talking about the 200 EM of 18,600 as a level to watch. So maybe, I guess some of the selling is also because of technical in nature, because some crucial levels got broken this week, and hence we are seeing a bit of extended selling in the broader markets. I guess the other point is, I was just chatting to some domestic mutual funds. On an average, the domestic mutual funds are sitting on 3 to 4% of cash, and that I'm told that maybe will get deployed if market falls further from here. So that domestic support will possibly be there for the next few days if it falls further from here, and that's why you'll see a bit of recovery in the broader markets in some of the good quality, high quality stocks is what the feedback is. I guess again, once the expiry is done with, a pullback is pretty much on the cards. But the key question would be whether it gets sustained. And that will depend too much on the global market. So we need to see how global markets pan out. But from today's perspective, FI continues to sell, but there is equally good amount of buying from domestic mutual funds at lower levels.
Okay, all right, Nimesh, I think we'll let you go, because when you come back, you'll give us the stocks later on. But we just thought that we'll tell our viewers how, we see things panning out. And Nimesh has given us that insight as well. But let's focus on a couple of stocks then.